break room topics, you know what I mean? So now what you gotta understand is what we're saying. So say what's up to the people, man, Mr. Abib.
Yo, good morning.
Good morning. So today we're talking about energies, and especially with young black youth and how black people, we may enter environments already on guard. It's an insecurity to a degree. And is that a therapeutic symptom from like past events that carries over? Like,
most definitely.
So can a black person these days, if you walk into a white dominated area, freely think, oh, I'm walking into a neutral, I'm not going to walk into no hostility. I'm not going to fear no racist vibes or whatever the case may be. And even if you feel that way, you probably have the I don't give a fuck approach where you still on guard. This was why when it says the upcoming in a black community, why it's so difficult. Because you can't even send your kids to school just to be goofy and learn the fucking lessons and come home, and enjoy a childhood life as they do in suburban areas where it's lackadaisious.
We are not allowed to make mistakes.
Exactly.
A lot of us don't know what our ancestors been through. The majority of us.
We don't want to be our ancestors.
I'm just gonna say that, don't want to be our ancestors. But something that we were taught that's innate to us is that we don't only just represent ourselves. In this world, I carry myself as three things. I carry myself as a man, so I gotta represent men when I walk. I carry myself as a black man, so I gotta represent that when I walk. And I gotta carry myself as an immigrant black man, because at the end of the day, when the media shows you in a different light,
right,
they use all of those narratives.
You forgot a fourth.
What's the fourth one?
You a black father.
Well, that too, most definitely.
You a black father.
So when the media is ready to break it down pertaining to us, it's always race, social status, culture, everything as they go down.
It is undeniable. It's like right now, people are trying to downplay what the President of the United States is doing or saying, but why is it that people of color is always the poster child for these measures?
Mm-hmm.
Feel me? Like, why is like you're telling Palestinians, well, you know what, your country is a piece of shit. We're gonna move you out. Let the other Arab nations take care of you. We'll rebuild. We will rebuild your country, but not for you. It's going to be for them. Well, why didn't you send them back to Germany then, if that's the case? And just say, you know what, we're going to just clear this whole thing out and just start over again and bring everybody.
Germany, Poland, all that will accept them back. They don't have a problem. They can go right back.
They're not. No, they're not.
I mean, they're not going to.
No. Germany do not want them back.
I mean, they don't, but they can't stop them.
Exactly. Why didn't you send them back? Because it's a hostile zone. You don't see those German soccer games? I mean, let's keep it real. And I understand. If I was Jewish, I wouldn't want to go back to Germany. So why are you telling the Palestinians who've been there forever, you got to go to other? I ain't got beef with the Egyptians. Because the Arabs, like, that's generalization. So let's go back to the black people. Because I really don't, because both those sides don't. There's a common denominator in both those sides. Both those sides treat black people like shit in their native lands. You know what I'm saying? Even if you Muslim, in the Arab there's a distance.
But they're not the true natives.
Right. So, but even in religion, there's a racial.
Almost that.
A black Jew was not treated the utmost that he was a white Jew. Let's keep it 1,000.
And I have an older friend that tells me all the time, I don't know what we've done in our lifetime in the past. Because at one time and point, they like to tell us that we rule the world. So how we fumbled that, I don't understand, to be in the position that we are in where we're at now.
We have to accept blame. We have to accept the fact that we had the world, we created it, and we let it slip. That's why people say all that, well, whatever. But see, now that's another agenda that faces these kids. The historical aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? We got one side, we was black kings and queens here. So then the kid is like, well, what happened?
There goes the word history.
Right.
Story.
But you can't feed me. It's like the '80s drug kingpin that's a bum now that says, oh yeah, I had millions of dollars in '82. What the, okay, and now you on the SSI check barely. You feel me? So but I'm saying, to growing up black, to have, so it's like you have once you outside in your teens, you already have like a chip on your shoulder.
Almost definitely.
So, and that's growing up black in a black community. You have to, because you're on defense mode. You can't walk, hey, get it, because it's still people that have ways. Now, they may not be the case, but you're trained to deflect. But see, now we may be overly aggressive. See, I'm middle-aged now, so I have the. It's funny because I'm nurtured under the Malcolm X soil, the Martin Luther King soil, and the Generation X and New Millennium soil. So I have a mixture of all those soils. You know what I'm saying? Because had I been of a few years older and born in a certain environment, I could have been 100% militant. You feel me? If I was born in the Black Panthers region or raised by that, I would have been 1,000% militant. You know what I'm saying? If I was born in some other passive environments, so like a kid that's raised in black suburbia, not even black, in suburbia, they may have a naiveness to them. You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes they
don't have the you see, you just said you named leaders. I was born in '87. Who I had?
You had the books. Yeah, I didn't have those leaders when I was. Those leaders were dead when I was born. But
the remnants of them were still existing.
Yeah, you had that in '87, but now you had other alternatives in terms of message delivering. Hip hop was now coming out.
But look. When hip hop started, it started in a positive aspect. Look where it's at now. It's just about drugs.
Well, mind the time you came out, I'm saying about the seed creators. If let's say you was born of parents that was in that era, so now they would have went from that energy would have been from the positive to the rebellion nature. '87, you got Public Enemy and KRS. You got knowledge, seeker quality. You know what I'm saying? 5% Nation was deep. So you had a lot of cultural booming going on there.
Most definitely.
So you was born of the cultural seed. That's probably why your humbleness is the way it is now.
But it sucks for the children that came in the 2000s.
Well, because
you don't have nobody for
you're now the parent now. So you have to go do your extensive soil. What's your soil? So I'm saying, if your kid gets at least a fraction of what you have, because you have a righteous brother, gets a fraction, that's still a navigational tool. Now, if you over there, you the 80s thug and all that, and you feeding that energy to your kid. See, right now, the kids that are born are just being born to receptive energy because the culture has not created itself in a way for it to be a pinpoint in their life. That is why when people get older, they're stuck to eras of music or whatever, because there is no, nowadays, everybody live in the past. You know what I'm saying? So now, or today's present is a negative present or whatever, to get high and all that other present. So the parents, you lost your grandparents throughout those courses of those years, developmental years. A lot of kids don't have real grandparents. Today's grandparent, it might be in the lounge later on tonight shaking her ass.
Yeah, most definitely.
You see what I'm saying?
We don't have storytellers.
Talking about it, she's a glamour.
We don't have bookkeepers.
Exactly.
We don't have that. Yeah, that is a valid point. That
right.
Is so true, man.
So your lack of productive grandmothers is an issue. And they have bad relationships. So the grandfather is more important to a kid today in terms of uprooting natural nurture. A progressive man that is a grandfather, black man, is more important today than the grandmother. And I'm saying it because it's instructional. He's righteous. He already lived through it. So if you're a 50-some-odd-year-old grandfather and up, you are instrumental in that grandkid life, especially if you have a grandson. Because the grandma, I'm a grandma. She still thinks she's relevant, and that's that age bracket. That's a whole different topic. You feel me? But that's the thing. The grandmother. If you have a woman today that's a grandmother to the quintessential term, that kid is winning. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these ladies are now beginning to raise their kids, you know, and that's something that was going on back in the day. But then you have to be that progressive grandmother. You have to be the nurturer. You have to be the storyteller. You have to bring that origins of history, especially if there's not a grandfather around. There's some that do, but they already got their scars. See, when my mom had me older, so she was mature enough to her scars wasn't revealed. She had cocoa butter over it. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, seriously, because I came from, my mother was that old school parent. You know what I mean? But you know, the babies started having babies. The babies started having babies. The crack babies started having babies, and the broken families started having babies. So, you know what I mean? You look at a structure of mother, father, and married grandparents, or together grandparents. It goes a long way, and that should be the case now, because back in the days we was eliminated of the productive grandfathers, and you know what I'm saying?
Well, everybody feels now that tradition doesn't matter, and I think that's the downfall all across the board.
But they think nobody say that though, right?
Huh?
You know why they say they think tradition doesn't matter,
Why?
because if you don't have something, you're gonna deem it irrelevant.
Yes, most definitely. You're
So-
definitely demonize it.
so-
I get what you're saying.
So you go tell a black family that their grandfather or now their great grandfather is nothing but a picture frame or a name. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna deem that not important, especially a female. Because now here comes a righteous man who comes from a fabric. You know, she may be a beautiful woman, but if she doesn't have that fabric, she's not going to accept your lead. It's just not. It's going to be hard. You're going to have to pay for that respect. We'll talk about this a little later. Peace.